You know, maybe it has to. I gotta start with that. We'll see. Anyway, I don't know I don't know why the intro doesn't fade like it's supposed to. That's what frustrates me right now. But let's look at some Forex, shall we? First of all, before we get started, obviously this is not financial advice. I'm not a professional trader. This is merely for educational and entertainment purposes. So hopefully you find this entertaining. I don't recommend Forex trading for anyone. It definitely takes a certain kind of person who wants to trade to really, really learn how to trade. And this is something that will take years in order for you to get good at. So there is that. Do not copy my trades. There is no guarantee for success here. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and look at what we did. What's going on with the music? Okay. So this was last night when we streamed. We were in this area right here, and that would be the Tokyo session. So let's get all this noise out of the way. This is just too messy, and we can get most of these trades out, because we'll talk about the trades later. I just kind of want to leave that there because that was my highest trade. But we did set up a resistance, a support and resistance area. We had these marked. We had this resistance marked where the sellers were stepping in and bringing the price down. And then we had this smaller range right here where when Tokyo started, that looks like it was being built. And of course we have sellers stepped in right here, buyers took it up. So we have this resistance zone and a support zone. And that would be on the smaller time frame. And our analysis led us to see that price was probably going to go from here back to resistance. And you can see that it broke our first level of resistance right here, bounced off, and then shot up before sellers stepping in. And once again, we had a quick retest, a really quick retest of this resistance area before price just plummeted. So there was some good US news, and there was some bad Euro news, and that just led people to want to sell. And I was on this when it happened. I was awake at this time, and I was around here riding the wave up. The funny thing is, too, is I saw this N formation beginning. I saw the up move. I saw the slight downward move. And then I saw this candle begin. And I started to get a little worried that price might continue to go up. But I stuck with my sells. And when this time hit and the news broke, I was still in it, and I'm glad I was. So even though, like, this is my move right here, this is my signal that I like to pay attention to, this N that usually tells us price is going to continue bullish, based on the price action before, even if it would have gone up, I don't think it would have gone up much further. So I was willing to stay in the sells in this area all the way up to here, where I had originally opened a sell order over here last night, I believe. No, or yesterday morning. That'd be, yeah. So I opened a sell here and then rode that all the way down, rode it through here, and then closed around here at the bottom somewhere when it hit my take profit. We'll look at that later. So, I mean, we were pretty spot on with that analysis. We were pretty certain that we were going to come up to this point at least. I have it marked right here. So I'm a little impressed with myself. I'm a little happy. That makes me a little excited, seeing that I'm getting better at analysis. I'm getting better at reading the market, and I'm getting better at anticipating some big moves. And let's look at what's happening today. Let's just erase all of this because this was yesterday's news. Let's see what today brings. Let's get rid of that too. That was just a place marker for where my sells could possibly go. Let's look on the higher time frame for the daily and see what we got going on. So we have and we can get rid of this now. So we have the sellers coming in hard, sellers coming in hard, and then sellers coming in less hard here. So I'm under the impression that there is still room to go up in the near future. Where it stands right now, let's if we go look at the weekly, we can get a better idea. So yeah, I mean, it's still bullish. And we are looking at, what kind of zone are we looking at? The next area would be down here somewhere. Right here where the buyers stepped in on the weekly chart. So that could be a big move for the next bounce. We could be looking at something like this: price going down, price going up, price going down, price going up, price hitting this, price bouncing up higher, and then who knows what'll happen before testing this area again. And then who knows what can happen when price reaches this. We can have another one of those instances where price can go up, or price can just reject and the sellers can step in and once again make a pretty good payout. So that is a possibility. This is why at the moment I really don't play on these larger time frames. It's easier for me to look at the smaller time frames, so we can go to the day and see what is going on. So let's go back to the day. I'm going to start trading London, so I'll be taking my nap soon and waking up in a couple hours. So we're looking at about, we had the sellers come in here, came in heavy, and then the buyers kind of stopped progression right here. So we can turn that to a red one, and we can make this our support. And if we go to 4-hour chart, we can get a better look. Okay, so right here would be a better look, and then buyers stepping in right here. And you can see there's kind of we have a possible N formation happening. We got that up motion, down motion, and the next one will probably take us up. How did that happen? There we go. And then I want that to be straight. There we go. So we're looking at support right here. We may have found bottom, and we're looking at a retest of this resistance zone. And I'm sure the sellers would be more than happy to get the buyers to bring price up here before they decide to push it down again. Because who doesn't want a better price and a better opportunity to make a little bit more money? So that's what we're looking at in the future. And if we go down to the 1 hour, oh wait, yeah, the 1 hour. Let's see what it looks like on the 1 hour. So yeah, we got kind of a range here. We might get a replay of what happened. Where was it? In the Tokyo market. where price kind of just ranges and then goes up and then drops. So we got price ranging in Tokyo, and we might get a little bit of bullish action and then the big drop. We've got a lot of news going on tomorrow, but we can check that out. Let's see. Calendar. Here we go. So let's look at the calendar for Friday. That's today. No, that's Thursday. So we want to look at Friday. What do we have for Friday? 1 o'clock, we have German GfK consumer confidence. We got a lot of things. How I like that this is happening early. Then we got the usual 3 o'clock news. And then Canada, it's got some stuff, but I don't really follow. We don't really need to follow Canada. Then we have US news, a bunch of US news coming out. We got high. So we have a pretty full day tomorrow. So a lot can happen. So in anticipation of those big moves, what is the market expecting? Are we expecting the US to do well? And if that's the case, then we might have the buyers taking price up before the new US news breaks so that they can take the price down. But I will be watching and I will be waiting. Since we are at support, I am kind of anticipating a bullish move before we get some more selling going on. So we'll see what happens during London. If we don't get that bullish action in London, then I will be looking for it in the New York session. And whenever it happens, I'll be looking to buy for now. And then once we hit an area, maybe from here, this is the area I'm looking to kind of start selling. This whole area, I'll start putting in my sell orders, looking for the reversal down. And it's that kind of planning. You really, this is the one thing that I've learned, that you can't go in blind. You can't go in unprepared. You not just have to have one plan, but you have to have several plans. And that's what really, really helps you do well in the market and become better at not losing. It just helps you become better, period, is by kind of looking at all the possibilities and then playing whatever possibility happens. So likewise, if price just continues to range here for the next couple of sessions, then I'll just be looking for opportunities here to either buy when price moves up or to sell when price moves down. And that's really the thing, is because you don't know 100% if price is going to go up or price is going to go down. So because of this, what I do know for certain is that I can be ready for either scenario. Because if it comes down to it, it's a coin toss. Is price going to go up or is price going to go down? But the thing is that you want to be ready for whatever price does. So you can't just have one plan. You must have several plans. And this is what made me rethink my whole personality or identity as what kind of trader am I. You can't just, it's hard to just say that I'm a swinger or I'm a scalper or I'm in the middle. You kind of have to be in the middle. And that's one thing that I'm understanding, is that I take scalps when I can and I take swings when I can. And that also helps you catch more opportunity rather than just looking for the quick scalps. Because I did enter a sell up here and then I entered another one lower and I just rode those sells all the way down until they closed here, and I made Made some pretty good cash on that. And then in between, I did a lot of scalps here when the New York session was opening. So don't pigeonhole yourself. Explore, experiment, always grow, always learn. Don't just convince yourself that you're one kind of trader or that you can't be fluid, you can't adapt, because that's really what costs you money. And we can see here, these are the trades that I've taken. This was last night. So here's when we had the high. Let me go ahead and put that on the hour. And we can get a better look at what we've done. So this is my new live account. We have a $50. We started at $50. We dropped to $30, and now we're up to $64. We can look at the history here. Account history. Oh, we don't have anything today, so let's go to last 3 months, which isn't really 3 months worth of data. It's just this. All right, so let me get that a little bit higher. All right, so there we go. So see, there was our internal transfer on the 24th for $50. We made $130 profitable trade, and then it was just misses, loss. Took us down to like 29 bucks. And then we started making smart moves, 30 cents. Here we go. $7, $30 cents, $2. And then we had all those longs that happened today, $5, $2, and $1.30. But you can see all these little 30 cents are the small little scalps that I've been doing for the past couple of days since the account opened. And we are currently not in any trades because today was busy. I didn't have time to really trade this evening, but we did trade New York. There it is right there. Look at that. You can see here, these are the longs that we held over from the last session, closing this morning, right down here, for a total of $24 profit. So what I was saying yesterday is really how you got it. I wasn't so caught up in being down $20 and then trying to regain my $50 foothold, because now we have surpassed it and the balance is now 64.52. And like I was saying yesterday, this is what we need to hold right here. This is what we need to protect. We don't need to think that, okay, we started with 50, I'm now profit $64. We can't look at it like that. We have to look at it like, okay, this is where I am now. I have $64 and this is what I need to protect. Because soon that's going to be $100. Then it's going to be $200. Then it's going to be $400. And that number is the number you always need to protect. I can't focus on the $50 startup, the money that I initially invested. So we can look at yesterday. These are the longs. Let's go to the 5 minute. And let's look at what happened in the New York session, because that was a wild ride. Let's see right here. You can see all these orders. There was here was the news when New York, I think the ECB and Lagarde was talking, and everybody was just waiting to see what she was going to do. And so as this bar was moving, I was placing my sells here, anticipating that anticipating bad news. Of course, I had my stop loss, and I was watching and waiting and just waiting to see if I was going to have to hit that close button before anything got too high. Up here you see all these. This is where the stops were, and luckily I didn't have to hit any of them because price just closed, and we were making good money. And I continued to sell, and depending on what happens in London, I may turn buyer for a session and then seller during New York. But way down here, you can see this is where the longs that I was holding finally paid off. Right here, right here, right here, and right here. So what I'm learning from this is that I'm not just good at scalping or swinging, but I'm pretty good at both of them. And I just need to accept that I can't just look for the scalps, or I can't just wait for the swings. That you got to be able to do both. When it's time to scalp, scalp. If you see an opportunity to go long, then that's what you need to do. So I saw an opportunity over here to open a trade and then watch and see how far I can push it. Open another trade and watch and see how far I can push it. And then there was another opportunity up here. When price was in this area, I was like, okay, I can hold this trade, and I held it till down here, till $9, $7, and $5. But I also took all these little scalps as well that were closed within like 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Almost immediately these were closed. So it's exciting stuff. And now we're just waiting for the next session. And it looks like we may get a bounce right here. I think we did that analysis. Is that what we had in our analysis? We're going to get a bounce. I think I deleted that. Deleted the arrow. But that's my anticipation, is that price is going to bounce here and then jump back up. Oh yeah, we did talk about that. Here's the space right here where if it comes down to here, I'll open a couple buys, and then depending on what it does up here, it may close. But that's not for a couple more hours. Needless to say, we are doing really good on our live account. I think our money management has been getting better from the last time when we almost blew up the account with these bad trades on the 23rd. I did place a lot of really close trades, but that's because there was a lot of volatility, and I felt confident that price was gonna give us more opportunity to work with. You can also see that they were closing pretty quickly here. Our trades were closing pretty quick. We got like 15-20 minute trades right here. Look how fast. Just closing. And when that's happening, then you can kind of just use that confidence and keep going for the sell. But that kind of thinking and that kind of experience comes with time. And I'll admit that I'm still not 100% good at it. That when you're in the flow, it's great, but being new to trading, sometimes it's hard to get in that flow. And I might think this is a bounce up, so I could start buying here and then completely have the price reverse on me, and then do what I normally do and do that panic where I just let it go to stop loss. And that could have easily happened here. But thank goodness I was just in the flow of things, and I was just watching price and just feeling that gut instinct where it's like, I think here it is, just hit, not even thinking, just feeling and going with it. It's a really exhilarating feeling, especially when you're starting to actually make some money. That's also very fun. But that's it. We're doing good with our account. Started with 50, took it to 30. Now we're up to 60. And we are learning a lot. And I hope you're learning a lot too. I hope this is kind of helping you understand the potential here. And if you're looking for a real side hustle, this is it, but this is no easy task. But also, if you're looking for a way to change your life and to change your career, this is also it. This is what I'm looking for. And this is my plan. And if it's your plan too, then hit me up. Let's chat. We'll talk. Because, man, it's hard to find people who love to talk about the market. It's just exciting. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night because I need to go to bed. I'm kind of tired. Had a busy day. And just ready for the weekend. I think this weekend I will probably do zero trading or zero looking at the charts. I think this will be the first week that I really just take off. So if you were in the back, thanks so much for hanging out. I hope this was fun and enlightening. I hope you learned something, and I hope that it was entertaining as well. But that will be all for now. Everybody else that stopped by, thanks so much. And of course, always remember, neurons that fire together, wire together. And I will see you next time. Let's take one last look at the history, just so you can see the possibilities. Because yes, it is possible. Deposit 50. Balance 64. It's all there. The sky is the limit. Okay, before let's come back to it. Are we talking about the MT4 here? This line? Or are we talking about, we're probably, on the MT4 chart, this is just points of action. These are areas where I'm gonna want to do buys and sells depending on what. So here I was selling and closing, or I think I was buying here. Yeah, I was buying London and then selling New York. And then on the on this chart, this is my resistance zone and this is my support zone. But I'm pretty sure you were talking about here. So we don't see the support and resistance on this level. This, once again, is just a resistance zone, and this is just a support zone. And these lines are just kind of where what action connects to another action. So you can see up here I was selling, and down here it closed. But at the same time, over here I was buying. Where is it? Right here. So unless you really zoom in really, then you can see, so I was buying here and closing here. So these lines only indicate what the action was. If it was a buy, the line will be blue. If it was a sell, the line will be red. But everything else is kind of just where I'm gonna buy or where I'm gonna sell, or what areas, what prices I'm interested in doing these things. Most of the times I really don't use those things. I just kind of do it for visualization. Trying to click on this here. So on, and this is what I think it's ICE FX Draw Profit is the program that lets me that shows these numbers and shows these connections. And then I use PZ Trader to place my orders. It's an order manager, PZ Trade Pad, and then sessions. The market sessions are right here. So I hope that clears up some stuff. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to bed now, and I will wake up in a couple hours and trade the London session. Let's see, what do we have? Yeah, I got a couple more hours, so I'm going to get a quick nap in. I'll be awake for London, and then we'll probably jump in New York. If anybody has any questions, feel free to DM me, message me, leave a comment or anything, and I will respond with what is what. So now we got the official goodbye. Everybody out there, thanks for stopping by. And I will see you next time. Oh, but of course, always remember, neurons that fire together, wire together. So tired.